shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hairy bird is done, when the battle is lost and won,
that will be ere the set of sun.
Where the place?
Approach the heath.
There, to meet with Macbeth.
I come. Cream-Malkin!
Product called.
Anon.
Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and the filthy air. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and the filthy air. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and the filthy air. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and the filthy air. Fair is foul and foul is fair.
What bloody man is that?
This is the sergeant who, like a good and hardy soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend! Say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful stood the merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, showed like a rebel's whore. For brave Macbeth, well, he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution like valor's minion carved out the passage till he unseen them from the nave to the chops and fixed their heads upon our battlements.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentlemen!
Mark, King of Scotland, Mark, the Norwegian lord with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed this not our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Yes, as the sparrow's eagles or the hare of the lion, they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe. But I am faint, my gashes cry for help.
So well thy wounds become thee as thy words. They smack upon her both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king. Norway himself with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor. He began a dismal conflict, point against point, rebellious arm against arm. The victory fell on us.
Great happiness! Go, pronounce his former death, and with his title greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou?
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I, a rotting windstorm of bed-running cries, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give thee a wind.
Our God.
And I another.
Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live a man forbid, weary 7 nights, 9 times 9 shall he dwindle, peak and cry. Those bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest tossed. Look what I have.
Show me. Show me.
A pilot's thumb. Reckon us homeward he did come.
A drum. A drum. Macbeth doth come. Weird
Sisters hand in hand, posters of the sea and the land, thus do go about, thrice a night and thrice a night and thrice again to make up night. Peace.
the charms on.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen. How far is it called to Force?
What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire. They look not the inhabitants of the earth, yet are on it.
Speak if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis.
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth. Thou shalt be king hereafter.
In the name of truth, are you fantastical of that indeed? My noble partner, you be with present grace and royal hope, of noble prediction and of great royalness. But to me, you speak not.
Hail!
Hail! Hail! Hail!
Lesser than Macbeth and greater.
Not so happy yet, much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail!
Stay! You imperfect speakers, tell me more. I know I am the Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives. And to be king stands not within the prospect of belief. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, and why upon this blasted heath you doth stop our way with such prophetic greetings. Speak, I charge you!
Okay.
Whither? Have they vanished? Would they had stayed?
Were such things as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes us reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
Thane of Cawdor, too.
To the same self-tune and words. Who's there?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success.
We have come to give thee from our royal master thanks.
He bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor. Hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
Hail.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but treats in his capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Glamis and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains.
Aye.
Do you now not hope that your children shall be kings? And those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promise no less to them.
But 'tis strange. And oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us in honest trifles. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill. Cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest success, commencing into truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion? Whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature. Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man, that function is smothered in surmise. Nothing is but what is not. If chance will have me king, chance may crown me without my stir. Come what come may, time and hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and at more time let us speak our free hearts to each other.
Very gladly.
Till then enough. Come, friend.
Is execution done on Cawdor?
I have spoke with one who saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons and set forth a great repentance.
He was a gentleman on who I built in absolute trust. O worthy cousins, what thou hadst less deserved, only I have left to say. More is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself.
Welcome hither. Noble Banquo, let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
The harvest is your own.
Sons, kinsmen, thanes, we will establish our state upon our eldest Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland.
Hail!
From hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach.
My worthy Cawdor.
Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else o'erleap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires.
They met me in the day of success. When I burnt in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor.
by which title before these weird sisters saluted me and referred to the coming on of time with all hail King, that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised, yet I do fear thy nature. 'Tis too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness that should attend to it. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear and chastise thee with the valor of my tongue, to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Oh, thou art mad to say it.
So please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming.
Give him tending, he brings good news. The raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of night. Let my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the night to cry, hold, hold! Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by all hail hereafter.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent underneath it. He who's coming must be provided for, and you will put this night's great business into my dispatch.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
The air is delicate.
See, our honored hostess.
All our service, and every point twice done, and then done double.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever.
Give me thy hand. Conduct me to my host. We love him highly. By your liege, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with surcease success, that but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all. But in these cases, we still have judgment here that we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught return to plague the inventor. He's here in double trust. First as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door and not bear the knife myself. Besides this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office. His virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and
He is almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has?
We will proceed no further in this business.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, to wake so pale and green at what it did so freely? From this time, such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire?
Prithee, peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you are a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more than a man. I have given suck. And know how tender it is to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling upon my face, have dashed his brains out, had I so sworn to you have done this.
If we should fail?
We fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, his 2 chamberlains will I with wail and wassail so convince thee. The brain, the warder of memory, shall be a fume. When in swinish sleep, and their drenched nature lies as in a death, what can you and I not perform upon the unguarded Duncan?
Bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted meadow shall composed of nothing but males. Will not be received, when we have marked with blood those sleepy 2 of his chamber, and used their very own daggers, that they have done it.
Who dare receive it other? As we shall make our griefs and clamor war upon their death.
I'm settled. Bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away! Mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down, but I've not heard the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
I take it as later, sir.
Hold. Take my sword. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me. Take my belt. There's husbandry in heaven. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend.
What, sir? Not yet at rest? I dreamt of those weird sisters last night. To you, they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet if you can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure. Come, good Fleance.
Is this a dagger which I see before me? Handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Art thou fatal vision sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind? A false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain. I see thee yet. In form as palpable as this which I now draw, thou marshalest me the way that I was going. Such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fool of other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee yet, and on thy blade and dungeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which entreats thus to mine eyes. Now o'er the 1/2 world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offering, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls his watch with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides, moves towards its design like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not which way I walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time that now suits with it. While I thread, he lives. Words to the heat of deeds do cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
What hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark, peace, it was the owl that shrieked. Alack, I'm afraid they've awakened and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark, I laid their daggers ready, he could not have missed them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I'd have done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Did thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did you not speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended.
I.
Hark, who lies in the second chamber?
Malcolm.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh in his sleep, and one cried murder, that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them. They said their prayers and addressed them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amend the other, as they'd seen me with these hangman's hands. Listening their fear, I could not say amen when they did say, God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
Wherefore could I not say amen? When I was in most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after in these ways. If so, it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth doth murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care. Sore labor's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast.
What's to be done?
Still it cried, sleep no more. To all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy Thane, do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things? Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Hark, why did you bring the daggers from that place? They must lie there. Go and gild the sleepy grooms with blood, for it must seem of their guilt.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose, the sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the sleepy grooms myself, for it must seem of his guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it that every noise appalls me? What hands are these? They pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hands? No. My hands were rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. Hark, I hear knocking in the south chamber. Quick, retire we to our chambers, for a little water clears us of this deed. Hark, more knocking. Put on your nightgown, lest occasion calls us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best not know myself. Wake Duncan with thy knocking. Would thou couldst.
There's a knocking indeed. If a man were porter of Hell's Gate, he'd have old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Knock, knock. Faith. Who's there? Here's an English tailor, come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Come in, tailor, here, you may roast your goose. Oh, knock, knock, never quiet. But this place is too cold for hell. I will devil porter it no further. Anon, anon.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir. We were carousing till the second cock and drink, sir. Is a great provoker of 3 things.
And what 3 things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir. Nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir! It provokes and it unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink can be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him, and it mars him. It sets him on, and it takes him off. It persuades him and disheartens him, makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in the sleep, and giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir.
Is thy master stirring? Our knocking has awaked him. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy Thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him.
Well, bring it to him.
I know this is joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
This is the way.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited servant.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and, as they say, lamentings heard in the air, strange screams of death, and prophesying with accents terrible. The obscure bird clamored the livelong night, and some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror! Horror! Horror!
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke open, stole thence the life of the building.
What is this you say? The life?
Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and do not bid me seek. See and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Awake! Murder! Treason! Baneful mouths! Awake!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet come to parlay the sleepers of this house?
Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. Oh, Banquo! Banquo! Oh, royal master's murdered!
What, in our house?
Dear doth for thee contradict thyself and say it not so.
There's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn.
What is amiss?
You are. Do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
Oh, by whom?
Those of his chamber, it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces badged with blood, as were their daggers. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and neutral, loyal and furious in a moment? No man. There lay Duncan. His silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs look like a breach in nature. They're the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade. Their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain? That had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make love known.
Help me, Hans. Help!
Look to the lady. Let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to note further. And against undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all!
Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well contented.
All to England. This murderous shaft that's shot hath not yet lighted, and my safest path is to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse, and let me not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft, which steals itself when there's no mercy left.
Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain. Malcolm, the king's son, is stolen away and fled, which puts upon him suspicion of the deed.
Aye. Then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He's already named and gone to Scone, to be invested.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin, I'll to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old robe sit easier than our new.
Thou hast it now. King, Cawdor, Glams, all as these weird women promised, and I fear thou playest most foully for it. Yet it was said, it should not stand in thy posterity, but that I should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why? By the verities upon thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope.
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it has been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight, we hold a solemn supper, and I request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to which my duties are with the most indissoluble tie, forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
Is it far you ride?
Twixt this supper, my good lord.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousin is bestowed in England, not confessing his cruel parricide and filling hearers with strange inventions. Hide your horse. Adieu. Goes Fleance with you.
Aye, my good lord, our time does come upon.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot. Now I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep. In his loyalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares. It is the dauntless temper of his mind that he hath the wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There's none but he whose being I do fear. Under him my genius is rebuked. He chid the sisters when they first put the name of king upon me. Then he bade them speak to him. Then prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown and put a bare scepter in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand. No son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I followed my mind. For him, the gracious Duncan, have I murdered. For them to be kings. The seeds of Banquo, kings! Will come fade into the list and champion me to the utterance if it be so. Who's there?
Your Highness.
Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was. So please, Your Highness.
Well then now, hath you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he in times past who held you so under fortune, which you had thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last conference.
You made it known to us.
I did. And even further, which is now our point of second meeting. Are you so gospeled to pray for this good man in his issue, whose hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye. In the catalog you go for men, as hounds, greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, all by the name of dogs. Now, if you have a station in the fight, not in the worst rank of manhood, say it. Now put that business in your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off and grapples you to the heart and love of us, who wore in health so sickly in his life, yet in his death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world hath so incensed, that I am reckless what I do despite the world.
And I another, so weary with disaster, tugged with fortune, that I may set my life on any chance to mend it or rid on it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine. And every minute of his being thrusts against my nearest of life. Thence it is to your assistance that I do make love, masking the business from the public eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Your spirits shine through you. Within an hour at most, I will tell thee where to plant these selves. Acquaint thee with the perfect spy of the time, for it must be done tonight, somewhere from the palace. And with him, to leave no rubs nor botches in the work, Fleance, his son, who keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than that of his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within. It is concluded, Banquo, thy soul's flight. If it find heaven, it must find it tonight.
naught's had. All is spent. Wherein desire is got without content, 'tis safer to be which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? What's done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. Shall close and be ourselves, whilst our poor malice remains in danger of her former tooth. Ere we will eat our meals in fear and sleep of the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we to gain our peace have sent to peace. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nor steel, nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle my lord. Sleep over your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
I will, my love. So I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence both with eye and tongue. And make our faces visitors to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave
Full of
this.
scorpions is my mind. Thou knowest that Banquo in his fleance lives.
But them in nature's copy not return.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. There's to be done a deed of most dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, stealing night. Scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, while night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelest at my words, but hold thee still. Bad things begun make strong in themselves by ill. Come.
The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day. Now spurs ready to travel at a pace to gain the timely inn. And near approaches the subject of our watch. Hark, I hear them.
Give us the light there. Ho!
Then 'tis he. The rest that are within a note of expectation already are in the court.
His horses go about.
A light, a light.
'Tis he, stand to it.
It'll be rain tonight.
Let it come down!
Oh, fly, good flares, fly!
There's one man down, the sun is fled!
We have lost best half of our fare.
Well, that's the way, say how much is done.
Come in. At first and last, the hearty welcome.
Thanks to your majesty.
Ourself will mingle with society and play the humble host.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks that they are welcome.
See they encounter with thee their heart's thanks. Be large in mirth, anon. We'll drink a measure of the party round.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear. There's blood upon thy face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
Is he dispatched?
My lord, his sword is cut that I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. It did the like for Fleance. If thou didst it, thou art the non-peril.
Most royal, sir. Fleance escaped.
There comes my fit again. But Banquo's safe.
Hey, my good lord. Safe in a ditch he bides with 20 trenched gashes in his head.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath a nature that in time will venom breed. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you did not give the cheer.
Sweet remembrancer. May good digestion wait on appetite and health on both.
May it please your highness sit.
Here at we now our country's honor roofed, with the grace person of our Banquo present.
Pleases your highness, to grace us with your royal company.
There's no room.
Here is a seat reserved, my lord.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What is it that moves your highness?
Which of you have done this?
Done what, my good lord?
Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
Stand back. His highness is not well.
Stay, my friends, please, for my lord is often thus and hath been from his youth. Pray you, stay still. This fit is momentary. Upon a thought, he shall be well again. Are you a man?
Aye, and the bold one that dare look on that which may appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Shame yourself. When all is done, you look but on a stool.
Prithee, see there. Look, lo, how say you? Why, what care I if thou canst not speak to?
What? Quite unmanned in folly?
If I stand here, I saw him.
Fie, for shame!
Blood hath been shed here now. In the olden time, ere human statute purged the gentle wheel. Aye, and since 2 murders have been performed too terrible for the air. The time had been that when the brains were out, there and then, the man would die. But now they rise again. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My royal lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all, fill full. I drink to the general joy of the whole party, to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. To all in him we thirst, and all to all.
Our duties and the pledge.
Avaunt, and quit my sight. Let the earth hide thee, thy bones are marrowless. Thy blood is cold, thou hast no speculation in those eyes which dost thou glare with.
Think of this, good friends, but as a thing of custom, 'tis no other.
What man dare I dare? Take any shape but that, my firm nerves shall never tremble. Or dare me to the desert with thy sword. Hence, horrible shadow! Unreal mockery, hence!
You have displaced the mirth, broken the good meeting with most admirable disorder.
Can such things be? Even to the disposition I owe, thou can behold such sights and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, while mine are blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
I pray you, speak not. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. I pray you, go at once. Please, stand not upon the order of your going, but leave.
Good night, and may better health attend his majesty.
A kind good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move and trees to speak. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning.
How sayest thou that Macduff denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I will tomorrow to the Weird Sisters. More shall they speak, for now I am bent to know by the worst means the worst. For my own good causes shall they give way. I am in blood. Steps so far that should I wait no more, returning were as tedious as to go over.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come. What is sleep? It is the strange and self-abuse that initiate fear wants hard use.
Why, how now, Hackett? You look angrily.
How did you dare to trade in traffic with Macbeth?
in riddles and affairs of death. And I, the mistress of your charms, the close contriver of all harms, was never asked to bear my part or show the glory of our art. But make amends now. Get you gone. And at the pit of Akbar meets me in the wood. Till he will come to know his destiny. Great business must be bought anew. Upon the corner of the moon, there hangs a vaporous drop profound. And I'll catch it when it comes to ground. As by the strength of their illusions shall draw him to his confusions. There he shall spurn faith, scorn death, and bear his hopes above wisdom, grace, and fear. And as you know, security is mortal's chiefest enemy. Hark! I am called.
Thrice the blinded cat hath mewed. Thrice and once the head pig wide.
Heartbear cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
Round about the cauldron go. In the poison entrails throw. Sweltered venom's leaping god. Boil thou first in the charmed pot.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Play of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of a newt and toe of a frog, wool of bat and tongue of a dog, ader's fork and blindworm sting, lizard's leg and alouette wing, for a charm so powerful of trouble, like hell broth boil and bubble.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Scale of a dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy Mongol. Ditch delivered by the drab, make the gruel thick and slab, and thereto a tiger's chaldron for the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble,
fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Cool it with a baptism blood, now the charm is firm and good.
Oh, well done. I commend your pains. And now everyone shall share in gains. Now around the cauldron sing like ants and fairies in the ring.
By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. Open locks for whoever knocks.
How now, you filthy black and midnight hags? What is it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you by that which you profess. However you come to know it, answer me.
Speak! Demand!
Will answer.
Say if thou'st rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters.
Call him. Let me see him.
Come high or low, thyself in office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
She knows thy thought. Hear her speech, but say thou not. Macbeth! 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 Beware, Macduff! Beware the Thane of Fife! Dismiss me! Enough!
Whatever thou art, for thy good caution, thanks. Thou hast my fear aright, but one word more.
She will not be commanded! Here's another, more potent than the first.
Macbeth! 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 Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? Yet I'll make assurance double sure and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live. What is this? That rises like the issue of the king and wears upon its baby brow the round and top of sovereignty.
Listen,
but speak not to it.
Be lion-mettled proud and take no care, who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquish be until great Burnham Wood to high Dunsin and Hill shall come against him.
This will never be. Who can impress the forest? Make the trees unfix their earthbound roots. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me if thou canst tell so much. Shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Speak to know no more.
It will be said.
Show! Show!
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? Horrible sight. Now I see 'tis true the blood-boltered Banquo smiles upon me. Is this so?
Aye, sir. All this is so. But why stands Macbeth thus amazingly? Come, sisters, cheer we up his spirits and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound while you perform your antic round, that this great king may kindly say our duties did his welcome pay.
Who are they? Gone. Let this pernicious hour stand I cursed in the calendar. Lennox!
What is your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride, and damned be all those that trust them. I heard the galloping of horse. Who was it came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, to tell you Macduff hath fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Leave me.
There's a storm coming, my lord.
Time. Thou anticipatest my dread exploits. From this moment, the very first things of my heart shall be the first things of my hand. And even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, and give to the edge of the sword his wives, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before the purpose cool.
It was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
Whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom? To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansions and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly? He loves us not.
My dearest cuz, I pray you, school yourself. As for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and knows best the fits of season. I dare not speak much further.
Fathered he is, and yet he's fatherless.
I am so much a fool should I stay longer. I take my leave at once, cousin.
Sirrah, your father's dead. And what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, mother.
What, with worms and flies?
With what they get, I mean, and so do they.
Poor bird, thou'st never fear the net nor lime, the pitfall nor the gin.
Why should I, mother? Poor birds, they were not sent for. My father is not dead, for all your saying.
Yes, he is dead. But how wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy him to sell again.
Thou speakest with all thy wit, and in faith with wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Every one that does so is a traitor, and must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Every one.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and swearers are fools. For there are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang up them.
Now God help thee, poor monkey. But how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If you were not, it were a good sign that I should quickly have a new father.
Poor brother, how thou talkst. What are these faces?
Where's your...
I hope in no place so unsanctified where thou mayst
He's
find
a traitor!
him.
Thou liest, thou shag-haired villain.
What? Eh? Young friar! Run away!
Run away!
Murder!
Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfall and birth them. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, and new sorrows strike heaven on the face of Scotland.
What I believe, I'll wail. What can be believed and what I can redress, as I shall find the time to, friend, I will. This tyrant whose sole name blisters our tongues was once that honest. You have loved him well.
I'm not treacherous.
But Macbeth is.
I have lost my hopes.
Why in this rawness left you wife and child? Those precious motives, strong knots of love without leave-taking.
Bleed. Bleed, poor country.
Be not offended. I speak not in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day new gashes are added to her wounds.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned and evil to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, sudden, malicious smacking of every sin that has a name.
Boundless and temperate to nature is a tyranny. Hath been the untimely emptying and down of many kings.
If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live. See who comes here.
My countrymen.
My ever-gentle cousin, welcome hither.
Sir, amen.
Stand Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave.
What's the newest grief?
The same.
How goes my wife?
Why? Well.
And all my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace?
No, they were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not a niggard of your speech, how goes it?
Oh, let not your ears despise my tongue forever.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes, savagely slaughtered.
All my children.
Women, children, servants, all that could be found.
My wife killed too.
As I have said.
Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of this to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones, did you say all? Oh, Hellkite, all?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so. But I must also feel it as a man.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let out anger and blunt the heart, enrage it.
Cut short all intermission, front to front. Bring forth this fiend of Scotland and myself. Within my sword's length set him. And if he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, go eat to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.
Two nights I have watched with you, but can perceive nothing from your report. Tell me, when was it last she walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature. In this slumbery agitation, with walking and other actual performances, what, at any time, have you heard her say?
That, ma'am, I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Here she comes, this is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
How came she by that light?
Why, it stood by her. She has light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
You see her eyes are open.
Aye, but their senses shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her to continue this for a quarter of an hour. Yet, here's a spot.
Hark! She speaks. I'll sit down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance more strongly.
Ouch, damn spot. Ouch, ouch, I say. 1, 2. Then it is time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie, a soldier and a feared. Yet, who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What? Will these hands never be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You'll mar all with this starting.
Go to, go to. You have known what you should not.
She has spoken what she should not. I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known. Here is the smell of blood still. Will all the perfumes of Arabia not sweeten this hand?
What a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
Pray God it be, ma'am.
This disease is beyond my practice. I've known those to walk in their sleep who have died wholly in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you again, Bagor is in his grave. He cannot come out.
Even so,
come to bed. Hark! There's a knocking at the south entry. What's done cannot be undone. To bed. 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 To bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. To their deaf pillows discharge their secrets. More needs she, the divine, than the physician. So good night. My mind she has mated, and my sight amazed, I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
The English power is near, led on by Malcolm and the good Macduff. Revenge is burning them, for their dear causes wood to the bleeding, and the grim alarm excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall we well meet them. That way are they coming.
And what does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad, others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury.
Now does he feel his secret murder sticking on his hands.
Well, march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed.
Or as much as it needs. March we on to Burnham.
Come, men!
Reports! Let them fly all! Till Burnham Wood come to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? Fear not, Macbeth. No man born of woman shall ever have power upon thee. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt, nor shake with fear. The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon. What gods, thou goose look?
There's 10,000
Geese, villain.
soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy face and overrid thy fear, thou lily-livered boy. What soldiers, Patch? What soldiers, Wayface?
The English force so please you.
Take thy face hence. Seaton! Seaton, I say! I have lived long enough. My way of life has fallen into this sphere. The yellow leaf. That which should accompany old age is honor, love, obedience, and troops of friends I must not look to have. But in their stead, Satan!
What's your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which is reported.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Go get mine armor.
'Tis not needed
I'll
yet.
put it on. Send out more horses. Skirt the country round. Hang those that speak of fear. Get me mine armor. How goes your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord. She is troubled by thick-coming fancies that keep her from her sleep.
Canst thou not minister to a mind disease? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow. Raise out the written troubles of the mind, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart.
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physic to the dogs, I'll none of it. Satan! If thou canst, doctor, cast out the water of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health. I would applaud thee to the very echo till thou applaud again. Pull it off, I say. What rhubarb, senna, or what purgative drug would scour these English hence? Hast thou heard of one?
Aye, my good lord. Your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death in vain, till Burnham Wood come to Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here.
Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand where Chambers will be safe.
Well, what is this before us?
The wood of Burnham. Let every soldier ewe him down a bow and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery air in report of us.
It shall be done. We learn no other but the confident tyrant. Keep still in Dunsinane, and we'll endure our setting down before it.
'Tis his main hope.
Let our just censors attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches. That will with due decision make us know. What we shall say, we have and what we owe. but certain issues short must arbitrate. Towards which advance the war?
Ah! Hang out our banners on the outward walls. The cry is still they come. Our castle's strength will laugh the siege to scorn. Here let them lie till famine and ague eat them up. Were they not forced by that which should be ours? We might have met them dareful, beard to beard, and bet them backward home. What is that noise?
It is the cry of woman, my good lord.
I've almost forgot the taste of fierce. Time had been, my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek. I have supped full with horrors. Direness, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once start me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow.
Oh my God.
And tomorrow. And tomorrow. Creeps in this petty pace from day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. Poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Messenger! Thou comes to use thy story. What is thy story?
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and all methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Let me endure your wrath if it be not so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming. I say, a moving grove!
Thou speaks false. Upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee. If thy speech be sooth, care not if thou dost for me as much. I pull in resolution, and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like the truth. Fear not, till Burnham would come to Dunsinane. And now it would come to Dunsinane! Arm and out! Ring the alarm bell! Blow it! Come rack! At least we'll die with harnesses on our back.
Stop. Now your leafy screens throw down and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with my cousin, your right noble son, lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff and we will do what else remains to do according to our order.
Very well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all the trumpets speak, give them all breath. Those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear like I must fight the course. What's he that was not born of woman? Such a one am I to fear or none?
What is thy name?
Thou would be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou callest thyself a hotter name than any is in hell.
My name is Macbeth.
The devil himself could not pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou liest, abhorred tyrant, with my sword. I shall prove the lie thou speakest.
Thou losest labor. Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn. Brandished by a man that's woman-born.
That way the noise. Tyrant, show thy face. If thou be slain with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. Let me find him, fortune, and more I beg not.
Why must I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword?
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all men else I've avoided thee, but get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloody villain, that terms can give thee out.
Thou losest labor. Let thy blade fall on vulnerable crests. I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to that of woman born.
Despair thy charm. Let the angel thou still hast served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so. For it hath counted me to the better part of man. I will not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet. Be baited with the rabble's curse, though Burnham would come to Dunsinane. And thou oppose, being not of woman born, yet I'll stay the last. Before my body I throw my warlike shield. Lay on, Macduff, and damn be he that cries, hold, enough!
Injustice.
I would the friends we missed were safe arrived.
Some must go on, and yet by these I see. So great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, hath paid a soldier's debts. He only lived till he was a man, but like he meant, he died.
Then he is dead?
Aye, on the front.
Why then God's soldiers be he? And so his knell is nulled.
He's worth much sorrow, and that I'll spend for him.
He's worth no more. They say he parted well and paid his score. Why, may God be with them. Here comes your comfort.
Hail, King, for so thou art. Here stands the usurper's head. The time is free. Hail, King of Scotland.
Hail, King of Scotland.
My thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor named. What's more to do, that would be planted newly with the time, in welcoming our exiled friends abroad, who fled the snares of watchful tyranny, in producing forth these cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who, as 'tis thought, by self and violent hands, took off her life. This, and what needful else, come forth to do, by the grace of grace, we shall in measure, time, and place. So thanks to all, and to each one, who he invites to see us crowned at Scone!